Welcome back. Today we're talking about how to get the absolute best 360 footage out of your Insta360 ONE RS. First tip, and it might be a simple one, but make sure that your camera is absolutely vertical on the selfie stick. What I mean by that is it shouldn't be like this, or it shouldn't be like that. It should be vertical, or it should be parallel with the invisible selfie stick. And then you'll get the best footage. The selfie stick will be totally invisible, and then you'll be able to have that third person view, which is so indicative of 360 footage. It looks amazing and gives you just a totally different dimension to your footage when you're recording with this camera. So yeah, that is the first tip. Make sure it's absolutely parallel to the invisible selfie stick to get the best 360 footage out of the Insta360 ONE RS. The second tip is something I came across when I was shooting with the camera the other day, and it doesn't happen all the time. I think it's just certain light situations. Make sure that the screw thread here is on the right hand side. Well, that's sort of depending on which way the camera is mounted, but make sure it's on the opposite side to where the camera lens is. If you have this screw thread here, sometimes it does pick it up in the picture, especially if your camera isn't dead parallel. So just to negate that problem, make sure that the screw thread is to the right underneath the core when you've got it mounted on the invisible selfie stick. And that is my second tip. Before we go any further, if you've been thinking about pulling the trigger on one of these cameras, then make sure you do buy it through the link down below. Insta360 have agreed to give all my subscribers a free 120cm invisible selfie stick with every purchase, so now might be the time to pull the trigger. You get a free accessory with every purchase through the link below. My next tip is to make sure you record in 5K 30. That is the frame rate and the resolution to make sure you get the best results from the 360 footage from either the app or the desktop studio. I really like using the desktop studio when it comes to editing the footage. If you've got experience with any editing software, I really find that if you use a desktop studio, it's a lot easier and a lot more intuitive. And I tend to think you get a better quality of footage when you're exporting from a computer rather than an app on the phone. The app is brilliant, and we'll touch on that in just a second. But yeah, that is the third tip. Make sure you do use 5K 30, you'll get the best results. So 360 footage now is readily accessible, and you should all own. Every creative person, every person that enjoys shooting video should have a 360 camera. It just opens up so many different possibilities. And that's one of my tips, to make sure you be creative with it. Use the app. There's so many different things in the app to do, different effects. There's new ones being added all of the time. Generally every time they bring out a new accessory or a new camera, they update the shot lab, so there's new effects and themes in there for you to be creative with. So yeah, the app is fantastic, so easy to use. Since I've owned the Insta360 cameras, it's got a lot faster, the app. It seems like it's been a bit more refined, a lot more smoother to use. Be creative with it, get out there, try the different effects you can get with this 360 camera, because like I said, having 360 footage just opens up a world of different possibilities for shooting different things and being creative. So yeah, use the app, be creative. The other accessory that I love is this 3-meter extension pole, carbon fiber. It's new and improved over the previous version. Like I said in the first tip, make sure when you're using this, it's absolutely parallel, because they've put this yellow ring on it, and sometimes you can pick that up in the footage if it's not parallel to the selfie stick. But this is brilliant for being creative, like we just mentioned, and you can get those kind of drone shots that you can't get anywhere else. If you don't own a drone, or you're somewhere that it's not legal to fly drones, which is, let's be honest, most places at the moment, this comes in really handy. You can extend this out, and of course it's invisible when it's up in the air, and it looks like there's a drone following you, so you can still get that drone shot if you haven't got a drone and you can't fly one. Fully recommend this accessory. I will link this down below as well, but this is something I use all the time. It will last you a lifetime as well. It's bomb proof, it's carbon fiber, absolutely brilliant. Now my final tip for getting the best footage is the situations that you use it in, but to get the absolute best results, these cameras are just best for action sports. If you're skiing, snowboarding, skateboarding, mountain biking, jumping out of planes, whatever you're doing, 360 cameras are the best. Not only because they capture everything that's around you, it just gives you that flexibility in post-production. Say you're jumping out of a plane and you can't control where you're pointing the camera, having a 360 camera on you is the best thing to have, because you can put it into your computer, put it into the post-production after, and then you can change perspective in the editing software, point it wherever you want to. You can even track subjects, you can do all sorts of things in post-production. So having this for action sports, having 360 degrees of footage captured all the time, is just a game changer when it comes to filming videos. So those are my tips for getting the best 360 footage out of your Insta360 RS or your Insta360 ONE X2. Either one of those cameras are really fantastic for 360 footage. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe. Press the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. New uploads every single week. And like I said, if you want to grab one of these cameras, will be an affiliate link in the description down below. Really appreciate it. Until next time though, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.